What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, here to bring to you my takeaways and analysis video for this week's game versus Iowa. Obviously this was the Big Ten championship game. This game led to us getting a berth into the college football playoffs. So there was a lot on the line. Coming into this game, I wouldn't say I was nervous about it. I knew that Iowa was, a good defensive team, and there had to be a certain play style, that and a certain strategy in order to beat these guys. And let's just say, Michigan pretty much dominated this game from start to finish. Iowa played pretty good, at least in the first half. Limiting Michigan's offense. It was really just two very big plays on back-to-back series. Other than that, at least for the first half, Iowa played a very sound game. Got to tip my hat to them. They played really, really well. But in the end, it was just a matter of, they just didn't have it. They didn't have anything on offense in order to combat, what Michigan was bringing towards them. So it's like your defense was great, but their offense didn't do anything for the whole game. And the times that they were able to move the football, once they got into the red zone, they couldn't do anything. They had to settle for a field goal, missed the field goal, got stopped, turned it over on downs. Michigan's defense came and stepped up and did their thing once again, holding your opponent to 3 points for the whole entire game. I mean, you just got to tip your hat to that. I mean, what a defensive showing for this game. So, I guess, like I said in my preview video, a lot of people were concerned that Michigan was not going to be able to show up. They weren't going to be able to come. They were going to be, still on that high from beating Ohio State. How can they get up for this game? Are they on upset alert? And then when you look at the final score, they scored as many points as they did last week. So this team is just different this year. Bottom line, they're different this year. They played different. They got this mindset that just winning this game is not good enough. We're going for everything. So, we're headed to the football playoff. It's going to be interesting to see where they're going to seed us. That's the thing that, it's going to be interesting to see. One of the things I keep seeing and hearing people say is, well, because Alabama won, they should be number one. Now that right there is up for debate, because why won't we be number one? We were number two. We beat a top 15 team in the championship game more convincingly than Alabama beat Georgia. So, I mean, that's up for debate. Then it's like, why do we have to play Georgia just because the argument is they don't want to see Alabama play Georgia again in a rematch? Why does that matter? That shouldn't matter as far as how you seed it. It should be seeded the way you feel fit as far as the play on the field and everything like that. I mean, we'll see what happens. If you got Cincinnati as number 4, I mean, you could argue that Georgia could drop down to number 4. Give Alabama to number 1, and we stay at number 2, and Cincinnati moves up to number 3. So I feel as though probably, with all the teams winning the way they did, the top 4 teams in, they're going to be obviously Michigan. Georgia's going to be there still. Cincinnati earned their way in with their victory. And Alabama for beating Georgia will be the fourth team. Like I said, the order of that is to be determined. I have a feeling that just so that they don't have Alabama play Georgia again for whatever reason, you're going to have us playing Georgia in the semifinal and Alabama playing Cincinnati. So we're going to see what happens. Anyways, I'm really happy for the seniors. Really happy that we're finally winning the Big Ten, finally making the playoffs. This is all uncharted territory as far as everything goes. Shout out to Jim Harbaugh, who just found out that whatever bonus money he was going to get from making to the playoffs and winning the Big Ten, he's going to donate it to staffers who had to take a pay cut and stuff like that. So shout out to him for doing that. But this game was true domination. I predicted, I think I said like 28-10. I mean, I thought Iowa would at least score a touchdown. But so it's on to the next game. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be seated where. But the way Michigan is playing right now, I mean, the sky's the limit. I don't think there's really... I would have said before today's games that the one team that we wouldn't want to see is Georgia. And that's just based off of how well they've been dominating teams all year. But the way Alabama pretty much dominated them and the way they did it, I mean, this year's championship is really wide open. And the way Michigan's defense is playing right now, I mean, I think that we have the ability that we can beat any team that's in the playoff, including Georgia. I'm not saying that just out of just, being a Michigan fan or anything like that. I'm just saying from the way that Michigan has improved their play and stepped up both on the defensive and offensive sides of the football and special teams, that this team is really complete. Really balanced on offense and defense. Great on special teams. Really we're the hottest team coming into this playoff. When you think about it, you had 59 points, 42 and 42. So the offense is there, the defense is there, special teams are there, the coaching is there. Everything is coming into place at the right time. So, the funny thing is, starting the season, we started out unranked. No one gave us a shot. Everyone figured we'd be 6-6, 7-5. Maybe make a bowl game. Harbaugh coming off his worst season, takes a pay cut. Pretty much was on the hot seat. If he loses and has a bad season, people are talking about him being fired, and now look where we're at. I, for one, was never one that felt that Harbaugh had to be fired. I always felt that, changes had to be made, but I never felt that he needed to be fired. I always felt that he was doing a good job. He was doing a good job coaching, doing a good job recruiting. He just had to make certain adjustments to get this team to get over the hump. And those changes that he made in the off season, getting the coaching staff younger, and just getting the right guys in place, good hires, all around the board. I mean, it's just paid us dividends, and look where we're at right now. So I'm just so happy that we got the victory. I'm so happy that we're in the playoffs. But just like I said after the Ohio State game, for this game, it's not over yet. The job is not done yet. This is one step further in the season, but we got two more. We got 2 more games to win. The goal should be to win a national championship. Period. So we got 2 more wins to get, and I honestly feel that we have a chance to do it. So I'm just gonna briefly give my gradings for the game. Not anything in detail, because the game was pretty. The first half was close, but it ended up being real lopsided. So I'm not gonna really get into detail. The offensive line, I'm gonna give them a B minus. Obviously, not opening up holes like they did against Ohio State, but Iowa's a much better defense. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due as far as that goes. We still ended up rushing for 211 yards. So, and, still running at a clip of 6.2 yards per carry. So that's still really good. So, but overall, the things that they were able to do in previous games, we weren't able to really do that this game. We allowed a few tackles for loss, a sack or 2. So that's why I said maybe a B minus for the offensive line. Running backs, give them a B plus. No great gaming or anything like that, but still solid overall. Haskins, quiet game, obviously, compared to last week, but still 2 touchdowns for the game. Blake Corum had that huge run, on the second series for a touchdown. Only rushed the ball 5 times. Almost a mirror of last week, where he barely rushed but had one huge play. This time he was able to take it to the house. Hopefully for the playoffs he's going to be fully recovered and healthy, because we'll need him. But overall, the running backs played decently. The wide receivers, I'm going to give them a B. Not anything out of the ordinary, but there wasn't too many opportunities, but when there was opportunities, we took advantage of them. So I'm going to give them a B. The tight ends, I'm going to give them a B plus. Blocking excellent. Eric Hall with that amazing, actually, Schoonmaker and Eric Hall with those just amazing one-handed catches. Eric Hall's for a touchdown. Like I said, amazing blocking, so I'm going to give them a B plus. Quarterback, I'm going to give them a B minus. They did the job, not anything extraordinary, anything like that. But end up playing overall pretty decently. Cade had that one bad throw where he threw behind Eric Gall. And funny enough, it's almost, I'm not going to say a mirror of last week, but it was the same type of thing where we had all the momentum. We just scored off of that trick play from Donovan Edwards. By the way, what a throw by him. And we got the ball back. We're driving down the field. and K throws a pick, and I felt as though that changed the momentum of the game at the time. Not anything earth shattering, anything like that, but I think had we taken the had he not thrown that interception, I think that the game would have got it out of hand much earlier, because we had all the momentum. They were reeling on defense. It's like for a while, it seemed as though that pick, shifted the momentum back to Iowa. But I mean, they didn't really do anything the whole game. They scored the one field goal in the first quarter and got shut out for the rest of the game. So, for the defensive line, I'm gonna give them a B plus. Not anything out of the ordinary, but they did get a lot of pressure on the Iowa quarterbacks, so I'm gonna give them a B plus for that. Linebackers, also B plus. Nothing out of the ordinary, but were pretty solid and stout. They only ran for 104 yards at 3.2 yards per carry. So, felt they did a good job not only stopping the run but in coverage as well. The secondary, also going to give them a B plus. Nothing out of the ordinary, but their wide receivers pretty much didn't do anything. They had a couple of intermediate plays, but not anything big. No explosive plays or anything like that. Shout out to Mike McDonald, by the way. Not only the mere fact that we held them to 3 points, but the adjustment that he made in the second half to that bootleg play that they kept running over and over and over and over again. I mean, it was the only time that they would do anything on offense is when they run that bootleg play. And Mike McDonald, this is the difference between Mike McDonald and Don Brown. Because I swear, if that were Don Brown, they'd be able to run that play until Jesus comes. And he wouldn't have made any adjustment to it. Mike McDonald said, "You know what? We see this bootleg play that you're doing, and we see how effective it is. I'm going to make a little adjustment to that. I'm going to have a guy down on, the weak side of the play, and he's just going to crash down no matter what. And if you try to swing back around to do a bootleg, I'm going to be right on top of you when you turn around." And once they did that, that completely killed that play and totally and completely killed their offense. For what little offense they actually had, by the way. So, good adjustment there. Safeties, corners, going to give them B plus. Defense as a whole played really, really well. Obviously, they played well if you're only scoring 3 points. Special teams, giving an A. Blocked a punt again. I'm pretty sure it was Cornelius Johnson that blocked that punt. Which game was it? There was one game that he also blocked a punt as well. I think it was the Maryland game that he did as well. But us blocking the punt, at that point the game was already out of hand. But still a play that need to be made. So just an overall very, very good effort by the team. No let up, no down, no let up at all. No being complacent, no coming out flat. This team was totally and completely prepared to play this game and played it at a high level and basically completely shut down Iowa. So, as I mentioned, it's on to the next game. We have to wait until Tuesday to see who we're going to play. And then from there, it's going to be just wait and see, practice, and get prepared. I'm going to probably make a video. I've been trying to make a video about this all week. But, you know, like I mentioned in the predictions video, I was having problems with my camera. And that's why my predictions video was only put up on Friday because of that. So I'm going to be making a video about the aftermath and the fallout from the victory versus Ohio State and what it means for Michigan football going forward. So check that out. I'll probably be making that video probably tomorrow. If not, it'll be Monday at the latest. So anyways, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, definitely feel free to leave a like on the video. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how you felt about the game. Are you happy that we got the win? Are you excited about us making the playoffs? Let me know how you felt in the comment section below. And if you like my content, definitely subscribe to the channel. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. And as always, go blue.